jump into the logbook. Looking at Rector Flicker hat trick. So Burn Bright. Burn Bright, the main goal here is to try to take advantage of Rector Flicker's high damage. Ideally, we need at least reform or some type of burnout scaling. Certainly, that's a lot easier with the buffs to the burnout cards, but even still, it can be quite difficult to keep them alive. We don't start off with something like a reform or a burnout card. The nice thing is that it represents about, I don't know, close to half of the spells you can start with, but you still have to get that very early on, or at least, if not as a starter card, you need it as one of your first ring 1 or 2 cards in order to keep Burn Bright alive. But once you can keep Burn Bright alive, it tends to be fairly straightforward. It's all about just scaling up the burnout, potentially putting a tank in front, but pretty straightforward once you have that scaling with the burnout. Accumulator. Oh, and also one thing I should note is that with Burn Bright, getting the Paraffin Enforcer tends to be really good because the Paraffin Enforcer scales Burn Bright then with extra rage. Next, Accumulator. So Accumulator is probably the easiest of the 3 to manage. You just dump things in front of Rector Flicker and take advantage of all of his harvest triggers. He's going to have an insane amount of health. You can even pair him with another harvest, like I can't think of the name, like a I guess you could do Big Sludge, but I'm more thinking of the Baron. This is just hard. Wickless Baron. Yeah, Wickless Baron, exactly, to scale up 2 units using the same harvest triggers. Best thing here is 2 units are really good, or drafts can be really good because they scale up their damage pretty well. You can switch them over to being damaging at the end. Exactly. Big Sludge is one of the big ones. Dark Calling. Dark Calling, you really need to take advantage of scaling on units that are going to die and then come back. Here, drafts become really, really strong. You can also use Bounty Stalker with a Dark Calling build, as long as you don't have too many units that are dying. 2 units are okay, but you typically don't want 2 units to have huge scaling damage. That becomes a little bit problematic. But it's really units that are going to have multi-strike or are going to have a lot of things to take advantage of the extra damage here. Thanks, man. It is currently Halloween in Germany. It's not Halloween everywhere right now, but for me it is. So we are classing it up. So let's think about how we want to take advantage of this. Let's start with the clan cards. So starting with Hellhorn. What is the advantage of Hellhorn? So Hellhorn, the biggest thing you take advantage of with Dark Calling is imps. You can reform your imps over and over again, taking advantage of things like extra rage, extra armor. Transcendent becomes really good. So an imp-oriented Dark Calling build can be quite good. Looking at the other builds, if you look at like Burn Bright with a Paraffin Enforcer, rage buffs can help out a lot. If you can fit in a deranged brute, it helps it even more. Armor can be pretty good as well in Melting Remnant builds to gain extra health and damage onto Rector Flicker. So that is a thought, is to go with this, hoping for imps that we can reform, or in general other units. The other thing that's quite nice about the Hellhorn deck is that you have a lot of expensive things, so Demon Fiends, One-Horn Tomes, Consumer of Crowns. So if you end up getting something like Flicker's Liquor, you can really take advantage of playing cheap units to make lots of really expensive stuff much, much, much cheaper. And you can also do like this Inferno Sacrifice setup too. That also works okay. So there's some good things here. I think that's definitely one of the better ones we could do. Awoken. The main thing out of Awoken could be things like getting spikes and regen onto Rector Flicker for the, what's it called, the accumulator. So accumulator, you can scale up pretty easily because you can get spikes so that you're killing backliners with Rector Flicker. You can also then stack a lot of regen on either he or Burn Bright. I guess you could also do it on Dark Calling. In terms of units, the nice thing is most of the units can die and keep their stat buffs. So if you get something like Animus of Will, Animus of Will can die and get reformed, and that's pretty good because then you're getting 15 extra damage or more, depending on whether you're just reforming it or getting it back with Dark Calling. Then it's even better because you get the extra damage there. The only one that's not particularly great with that is like Thorned Hollow, but all the rest keep their stat buffs, which is pretty good. And then all of the extra buffs also seem like they can fit pretty well. I don't know that it's the best for Dark Calling. I'm mostly thinking like Animus of Will could be pretty good, but we'd need to find a way to then extend Burnout during the Relentless phase. And maybe we do something like where you have the Animus up higher. Oh yeah, sweeps are also pretty good. Yeah, because you can take advantage of their high damage and then sweeping. Yeah, definitely not bad. The way I would see it is that you would put Rector Flicker on the bottom with probably a tank in front, like a Hollow, or maybe a sweep unit like Husk Hermit with high health. And then you put on a second floor or third floor something like an Animus of Will, Drafts, anything with multi-strike. And you try to make sure they're dying and then bringing them back and dying and bringing them back. Maybe you do something like a Subsuming Blade that you're using on your own units to scale them up. So there's some thoughts there. I think it's not as clean of a combo as with Hellhorned, where Hellhorned really, the imps are fantastic units to keep reforming and bringing back. And as well, Hellhorned has all of the rage and armor buffs, which sync pretty well with a lot of the rage upgrades. And even armor upgrades, right? Because you could get the Extinguish trigger to add armor, and then there are other armor scaling in Hellhorned that can be pretty good. Stygian is a weird one. There's a couple things that could scale pretty well. The sweep units certainly are good with reform. Titan Sentry is okay with reform as long as you can then add more burnout to him. Siren of the Sea has the advantage of even if she dies and comes back, she keeps her stats. But then like Nameless Siren's not particularly great. And normally with incants, you want them to live. So having them die over and over again doesn't really fit. And huge spell damage also isn't necessarily what you want in a Rector Flicker build. So it's kind of a weird one. Don't think Stygian Guard really fits compared to the others. So I think we would probably skip out here. Then we have Umbra. So Umbra has... all the X costs don't really fit too well. You can sometimes get Prism Retrieval to hit things like the Draft. So that's kind of it makes this one a little bit better. A lot of the X costs are not particularly great with Rector Flicker. But what else do we have? We have capacity increases. So capacity increases help a lot with Accumulator. They're not particularly necessary for things like Burn Bright. Maybe Dark Calling could also take advantage of it. You always have the possibility of just getting a Shadow Siege deck, which could be a way to just get around Dark Calling, is you just don't play a Dark Calling deck, you just play a Shadow Siege deck. It's pretty expensive, which again favors, if we end up getting Flicker's Liquor, that becomes extremely good in an Umbra deck. Blazing Bolts can be pretty good, and Excavation Eruption can be pretty good in Accumulator decks, because then you can kill off a lot of units to get a lot of Harvest stacks. Trample can be really good on either Accumulator or on Burn Bright as a way to get more value out of their eventually high damage. Multi-strike can be really good as well. The problem with Umbra is, who do you reform? I guess you would only reform. You don't really want to reform morsels. You don't really want to reform either of the Crucible Warden or Collector, because then they lose their buffs. You don't really want to reform Morsel Master, Morsel Maker. Allied Construct can be okay. Overgorger you don't want to reform, because then they're missing out on gorges. So that's the only thing I'm thinking about, is there's not really much to reform here. So for me, it's between Hellhorned and Umbra. Umbra has a lot of just generic benefits that can help with the Melting Remnant units. I'm just trying to think how I play out. Okay, so if I did Burn Bright, that one's pretty straightforward. We just maybe do an Ember Drain package build with Burnout Extenders. So that could be pretty straightforward. If we do the Accumulator, you can chump block with Morsels, which can be pretty beneficial to scale. And then you mostly go with Melting Remnant units to support. And then with Dark Calling, you either get lucky and do a Shadow Siege build to kind of ignore the whole thing. You can do a 2-floor setup with Rector Flicker on one floor and a Gorge unit on another floor. But we tried that a lot with Tethys to little benefit, so I'm kind of nervous about that one. And then reforming, you just primarily would reform Dregs and Drafts. Yeah. That is a tough one. Umbra or Hellhorned? Umbra or Hellhorned? I really lean towards the Hellhorned just because the Imp Dark Calling build is so strong. And it's hard to make a Dark Calling build work. Though with Umbra, like, my goal would be simply to just get a Shadow Siege out. Like, that would be my way of trying to do a Dark Calling build. Because I don't love Dark Calling with just melting units. I really think I'm going to try the Hellhorned. I'm going to try the Hellhorned. If we don't succeed, I'll switch over and try Umbra. But I think there's a lot of benefit there. I think if we can happen to get a... yeah, we definitely want Implings with this setup. We don't want torches. No, there's a fantastic Dark Calling build. The Imp Dark Calling build is really strong. That's kind of why I'm leaning towards it, because it's being able to reform something that has a summon trigger is really powerful, because then you can take advantage of their growing stats at the end, but throughout the battle you're going to almost guarantee get units that can reform off of after turn 1, which is always a problem with Dark Calling. You really need the scaling to happen very early, and then you just put your imps that are reformed back into the back of the deck or back of the floor, and then they're able to kill things like bosses and stuff. So we'll try it. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we definitely want Impling here. Okay, so we lost the first attempt. I think I just played this wrong. All right, let's try it again. Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that. I made it endless. Yeah, that would have been much better. Let's try it one more time. I am going to try to do Dark Calling first again, because I think it's the hardest and it's better to get out of the way, have full flexibility. Melting Remnant, or Fatal Melting can be pretty good with it, but we have no imps. Without imps, I'm a little bit scared to do it. Okay, we can't anyway. We can't take... Oh, no, we can do Burn Bright now, because we have 2 reforms. Okay. That's interesting. I think we'll take Memorial Fund. I don't think we want lots of imps. I think I'd rather just be able to reform Burn Bright. I'm okay with this. We get Queen's Imps, we can kill off some of the top units. Put Burn Bright on the bottom. He'll die after 3 turns, and then we can bring him back. Hopefully. Hopefully the timing works out that way. So you're going to go on the bottom. One, two. Cannot fit another one. And why would we want to? Put you back here to kill the backline unit. And for some reason I didn't count the number of units there. That was my mistake. Take 9. We should be able to hopefully kill off. Yep, perfect. So we got 1, 2, and 3. It's going to get us quite a bit of coins. Then we just want to do this. We want you guys here to die next turn. Fatal Melting is pretty good. And then we just get as many units out as we can because they are going to give us more money. And we should get our molded now, which is perfect. And then Rector Flicker just kills him. Even tossed in another imp to die. So good. We actually made a lot of money there too. I think another molded is fine. I don't want either of these because both of these are going to be better in other future runs. Impressive could be pretty good with this. I don't think it's necessary for some of the other runs, and this is a good solid 50 damage we can use throughout the run. That's also fair, getting Rage Imp out. Okay, yeah, I'm okay with that. It does mean we won't have it for the Dark Calling, but we'll have other units that we can use then. Yeah, let's see what Hellhorn banner we get. Steelworker's fine. What we can do is have Steelworker scale up on one floor. Yeah, give it all the stats. I'm even okay re-rolling to see if we can get something better. Endless. Endless on the Fledgling Imp is really, really strong. Cool. So we can just block with the Fledgling Imp, scale up Rage onto our Steelworker. I would like a Burnout Extender though. Would be really good. Non-boss units enter with spikes. I don't really care about spikes. Spike it up. Do it. We're going to play the Rage Imp with the Steelworker because we want to scale up his Rage since he's going to stick around. So we're going to do bottom floor, middle floor, and then let's just put you guys out here now. Put you up top to kill the Collector if it shows up. Also works. Fatal Melting's good. Feel free to die. And get you in there. Okay. Get you in here. Yeah, because they're all going to die. Get you in here, get you in here. You up here. Okay. Bring back Rector Flicker on the top. Bring back an Impling on the bottom. And I think we're going to be totally fine here. We only need a couple of hits. Yep, we're good. Cool. You just got to make him real swole, and then he's good. Wicklash is fantastic. And let's get another Fledgling Imp. This is starting to come together really well. Yeah, yeah. I don't think we need any more unit upgrades. I don't really need Pyre Health. I don't also need any of these probably, but we'll see what we get. Yeah, I don't really love it. Skip. What can we duplicate? I think it's duplicating the Wicklash for Burn Bright. Yeah, we can afford some Pyre Health. Rage does not decay. Seems good. It's not going to be amazing. Unless we have a way of guaranteeing that we can keep Rector Flicker around, so we need something like, holdover on the Wicklash. There's a holdover on a Wicklash that gives us already quite a few turns, but I want to be able to play the Rage Imp with the Steelworker. So we're going to play it like this. You will kill the backliner. Let's still stack your stats, because then even if you die, you're much stronger. Okay, so we want to get you here. This blocks both hits, which is a little bit better. Except for you, because you're a jerk. And toss these guys up here. Okay, this is good. So that now the imp is going to die, which is exactly what we want. We can do this as well. Now they're both dying. He's gaining armor. This is all good stuff. Fatal Melting is pretty bad right now. We only have 2 units dead. That can't be right, can it? I guess it must be. Seems good. I'll get you up here. Cool. Another Rage Imp. Scale your damage. We can bring back another Impling. Get some damage out there. And this is all looking fine. The dude up there, we need to find a way to kill. I think we have some pretty good ways of doing that. Let's just scale up their rage. That can kill him, or we just bring back another Queen's Impling, which is probably better. There we go. How are we doing? Rector Flicker here is still doing pretty well. We can continue to scale up your rage. We can, yeah, they're all fine here. We can kill this thing. I guess we put him behind. Doesn't really matter where we put them, because he's not dying to that. And if we get a reform, great. If we don't, I still think that this guy can already kill him. Yeah, he already can. But just for fun, let's bring back Rector Flicker. And then we kill him real easy. You know what we should do as a last step? Let's do this. Get you out there and kill it for money. Very cool. Wickless recruitment's not particularly great. Last Stand is really good. Wax and Spike could also be really good, but I think Last Stand makes the most sense, because then we can get our rage stacked pretty high and then use Last Stand as a kind of a finisher. This is interesting. We got a Lady of the Reformed on the same floor as Burn Bright. Actually like that a lot. Keep him around until the end of the fight and then hopefully reform him. And I want to increase capacity first, and then we will increase draw as our second one. I would even take one more unit if we can fit one. Yeah, Paraffin Thug is actually pretty good. We put the Paraffin Thug behind our buddy. Ooh, hello. Yeah, Combustible Wax. That means that we really can keep Rector Flicker around for a long time. Let's get rid of Train Stewards. They're pretty bad here. And yeah, more Burn Bright. This seems really solid. I think we have a deck that can make it through Seraph, because we can always put Burn Bright. So we stack up Burn Bright, and then we can put it on the same floor as the Paraffin Thug and the armor, the Steelworker, after the first floor of Relentless. Yeah, don't worry about spikes. We have plenty of health. The bigger problem is getting the damage scaling fast enough. But I think Burn Bright should be okay to kill the front units in almost every case. So then the question is, yeah, honestly, with spikes, I'm kind of incentivized to put her in the back. Let him tank all the hits, and then she grants him via the... Oh, you know what? We can't actually fit all of them. Let's put you in the back here. We can still put him on the top floor, though, so it's not a full loss here. Let's do that. We have nothing to reform. Let's just make sure we're killing the back unit. Yep. That actually was a mistake. I should have done it differently than that. Rage Imp. I mean, they're probably gonna be able to kill the boss by themselves. Fatal Melting. And we can get a Dreg in there as well. This all seems really good. We get Fledgling Imp, get Wicklash, and toss you in there as well. Lowers the damage amount quite a lot. We're gonna get one garbage in the deck, unfortunately. But that's life. Still like growing your rage, giving you more, maybe you more damage now. Doesn't really matter. I think we're killing the boss here, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Nope, we are. Okay, so then we can get sure. Cool. Easy enough. Seems good. Crushing Demise. Normally would be really good, but with this deck it doesn't really fit so well. Mortal Entrapment. Also not particularly great. Crushing Demise could be useful as like a kill whatever shows up. We could play middle top and then Crushing Demise the bottom floor, but I think it would be better with another deck. I don't think we need any of this. So let's not take it. Let's keep it simple. Focus on what we have now. Trim it out a little bit because we still have a lot of garbage. We still have a lot of garbage in the deck that we can get rid of. Ooh, we can afford a lot of trinkets right now. Although I would love to upgrade units. Both are very appealing. Do we have unit upgrades later? Not for a while. But then we can upgrade twice. Oh, but man, going into a trinket store with 675 coins, like, we can get some sweet stuff here. Let's see what we get. We don't have tomb units, but Hell's Banners is really good. Summon abilities, rage stacks. Pretty pleased with going here. And then yeah, we'll take 40 extra Pyre health. Seems okay. We're okay if things die. Now the question is, do we still want to play up how we were? You're a sweep. Certainly you're going down there. I think we still want Steelworker. Let's put him in the top this time. I'm okay with him dying. It will give him a little bit more damage, but we should be able to get around that with Imps, hopefully. We want Lady of the Reformed up front here. Then I am a big fan of killing you. And I don't really want the Train Steward up top. I want the Paraffin Thug up top. A little bit sad we didn't get him there. This is fine. We'll just pick you off now. Oh, I could have brought back the Dreg, but it's fine. I'm kind of planning on her dying so that the Rector Flicker can then get... Ooh. Okay. So now we can get the Paraffin Thug out there. Although he'll die right away. We actually can't do that. Look at the Paraffin Thug here. One of those means that he's going to get the kill. We can add Wicklash to you. Or even, maybe we have these. We give you Wicklash. Make it a little bit easier for you to kill there. This is going to add a lot of damage to you. I don't think there's a way we can get around that. Put you here. Yeah. We're going to do this down here anyway, but it's not great. We have no rage yet. This is not good. We need a lot of damage on the bottom floor. Nothing to increase rage on. Our draw's been pretty bad this time. This does help. But wow, we're going to take a lot of damage to the pyre. Let's bring back Lady of the House. We need to get him as low as humanly possible. Fatal Melting helps. But we need to play a unit first. This is going to be... We could do 40 or 38 extra damage. How to get him below 60? Right now he's at 80, 70, 60, or 1. We do 1. So we go 1 up here. Then we Fatal Melting. I was already getting to 60. So then we can Fatal Melting here. Kill this whole floor. Give you Wicklash. Or even one of these guys. In the back. Might be okay. And let's not give him any more damage. We won't play the Queen's Imp. Oh yeah, it's Sweep. Ha! What a fool I am. Let's get Rage up here as much as possible. And we can bring back this Paraffin Thug. It doesn't really matter. He's just going to die. I think we're still okay. We just need to bring back Rector Flicker one time, and then he'll kill him. He has enough damage. Yeah, we're good. I wasn't stressing. I knew that all we needed was one reform and we were good. Wicked Blaze is also interesting. Intent on Death is pretty bad here. Resin Removal's actually the best. Yeah. We'll take Resin Removal. And skip. Resin Removal is great. We can use it to get rid of all of the sap from Temperament, which is what we need. We need to do spell upgrades now. Plus we want to remove 2 more Train Stewards. They are not good. And then the rest of the time, we're going to try to get... okay, we want Permafrost on Last Stand. That's fantastic. We want -1, I think, on Wicklash. Or maybe it's on Resin Removal. No, let's do Wicklash. We could add 10 power to these. I think it's a Fatal Melting, just so that it's a little bit easier to play out. And I think it's holdover on the Wicklash to scale up the damage on Rector Flicker. We can -1 onto Fatal Melting. And I'm okay adding damage to a Horn Break. This all seems really good. Anything else we want to get rid of? I think Dregs are pretty bad in this deck. Are they though? Are they worse than just these imps? Let's save our money for now. We need to do unit upgrades soon anyway. Ooh. I'm gonna go Gift of Gratitude just to make it easy. We get, 200 coins. So we just play out like 2 Dregs in a turn, and then we play it for 5, and we get 200 coins. I'm not really hurting for. Ooh. This is going to be... Well, it's not actually that bad, because we get 3 Ember per turn as long as we can play 2 units, which we can almost consistently do. That should be okay. So he's going to kill the front unit. She can then kill the second unit. Gives us Ember. We're not going to be able to kill you yet. And let's just start stacking up your damage. Okay, this is not going to be when we play out the Gift of Gratitude, but we will play out 2 units. And I kind of like stacking up your damage. Get rid of this. We need the armor, dude. This guy's going to keep putting garbage in our deck. We're going to get 2 garbage in our deck. Yeah. So we go 1, 2. It gives us enough Ember to play out basically everything. And where do we want this Queen's Zip? Probably here. Just to do more damage and keep... Oh, man. How do I want to do this now? I guess we put it onto you still. Give you more damage. Take 1 damage to our pyre. We can do that. Block a hit. Who do we want to give damage to now? Let's scale you up as well. Get some more damage out there. Cool. We are going to get a kill with Paraffin Thug for once in our lives. It's going to be amazing. Just going to play these out and then keep scaling your damage. Rector Flicker is going to die eventually, but I think it's okay. Perfect. Hornbreak. We can kill you. Double dregs. So 1 down here. 1 up here. This is all fine. Let's... I don't know how we're going to kill this backliner. We're going to keep giving you damage. We need at least 1... Actually, we need a couple of imps here. We don't have them. 1, 2... We're going to take 9 damage. There's not really much we can do about it either. Yeah, okay. Then let's put this onto... This is actually an issue. You're going to die right away. Let's put it onto you then. We're going to put Rector Flicker on the top after. Take 9 damage to our pyre. Oh, man. How are we doing? So do this. This adds another 108 damage to Seraph, which is pretty good. We can double Wicklash you to give you a lot more damage, or double Wicklash you. Yeah, because you're gonna hit, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Versus you, how much health do you have? 54. You're gonna have more than that at the end. You're gonna have more hits. And we can put you potentially up top here. Last Stand does nothing. Oh, it does it on here, actually. I forgot they actually have rage. Cool. So I don't know if we're going to kill on the middle floor, but we're certainly going to do a lot. Okay, we're not going to do a lot of damage. We're going to do some damage on the middle floor. Let's get Rector Flicker out on the top, in the back, and block a hit here with you. Adds a little bit of damage. We can even get another drag up here to block more hits. We can hit you with one of these. And let's just make sure you have plenty of burnout. You need to hit him 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, and then he can hit him 4 times. That should be enough. Yeah, we're good. It was scary though. That was a scary one. Let's give you more damage. Resin removal does nothing. Okay. Whew. Got a little bit scary though. One Horn's Tome is pretty interesting. It's one of the few times when we have enough Ember to play it outright. And it's really good on Paraffin Thug. Because I wanted to tank with the Rector Flicker. But that ended up being a little bit of a mistake. No, it wasn't that. It was that I wanted to make sure that that Rector Flicker was killing the front unit and that she could kill the next unit. It was about unit killing because I was worried about units making it up to the pyre. And he has the most burst damage. He could take out the front unit by himself, and then she could do damage to the second unit or even kill the second unit. That's why. Draw. So ideally we get double stack -1, but if we don't get that, it's also fine. Oh wait, even by itself, we're gonna do upgrades like this first. Absolutely need to upgrade our units. A second large stone. Large stone to you is pretty good. A second one onto the armor dude is not as good. Let's give you rage to start. And then I really want you, let's give you a little bit of starting damage. What do we want to do here? We want multi-strike. Endless is not really what we wanted. We have another unit upgrade that we can do. Endless on the rage imp is pretty good. Giving the steelworker extra base health is pretty good. Let's not upgrade the paraffin thug yet. Let's wait. I want to get him an extra multi-strike first. And we'll leave it like that. What do we get from the concealed caverns? No, no, no. Yeah, we don't want any of this. Not with Seraph the Temperate. Paraffin Thug's gonna somehow evolve into our carry. That's the goal. Rector Flicker is gonna be really good as well, but getting Paraffin Thug, we stack up all the rage onto that floor. Spikes is scary. He can do 145 to start. I think we have to go for it. I really want the coins, but this is a scary one. Mostly because Paraffin Thug dies so easily. Okay, so we're gonna put you up front, you behind. We can pick off one of you. That helps out a little bit there. Get 2 dregs here for next turn. I kind of want you on the top floor. Put you up front. 1, 2, 3. We can do 9 damage and get that for some coins. Okay, so now it's dead. We can get you here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna still keep stacking up on you for now. This is getting a little scary in terms of damage here. I'm gonna bring you back down to the bottom. You know what? I'm gonna do this first. Then you. If we last stand, now, can we kill him? It's still not enough. This is going to be so much damage. 34, 54. Three times. So the first hit's going to be 34, 50, 34, 44, 54. Already puts us at 21 health. And then we just die. We have to do this just to even survive. And I don't even know if that's going to be enough. The nice thing is we are going to be able to kill these two. That's absolutely going to happen. These two should be easy to kill as well. Let's keep stacking Rector Flicker. But I'm very nervous about if we have anything else get through, we're basically dead. Okay, that's what we needed. We need to bring back Paraffin Thug here. Yeah, Paraffin Thug here. Play you out to kill off both of you. Continue to stack you. And I need you to play out so that we can bring you back. You're gonna kill. That represents 60 damage. There's a good chance. Oh, we can fatal melting them. That'll be fine then. So what about down here? You're dying before, and then you're this could be problematic. How are we doing? So we need a fatal melting just to kill them. Because they're otherwise only one of them is dying. How are we going to kill these guys? It might not be possible. You have enough burnout and damage. What are we going to do? We have to be able to kill him on the bottom floor. Maybe we can. We pick off one of them. There's no way. I'm gonna restart this one. This should be absolutely be possible. I think I just needed to play a little bit. So let's ignore the bottom floor for now. Let's play on the middle floor. That allows us to fit a unit with these guys, which is pretty important. Play you here. And we can put you down here to die. That's fine. Okay, so we do one. We can greed for this. Play you guys down and get free money. Okay, good enough so far. We play you up here. We can... Let me think. Horn break. No. Just horn break you. Horn break you. Start stacking rage here. Get you down here. And kill off those guys. Stack your damage up. This is the same problem we had last time. What do we do about these guys? Rage. What can we bring back? We can bring back Lady of the Reformed, which does make the most sense. We'll put her in there. This adds... So this will do 20 damage to him. This will add 6 damage to both of them. This actually does more damage. No, wait. Oh, it's double. So it adds 12 damage to both. No, why is it add rage? Oh, because we get extra from this. Okay, this is absolutely a must then. So put you down here. So 102 like it was before. Blast you here. That's killing the front unit. We can last stand, which gets us up to 159. That means that he will have 31 health left, so he's going to die into one hit. And then still keep stacking damage onto you. I mean, you're much healthier than you were before. That's a big plus here. Oh, I should have played you on the bottom. That was a mistake. At least hopefully we can get another one next turn. If we get another Queen's Imp, then I'm okay. Yeah, we did. So we get that. Makes a huge difference in terms of damage. We need to get another something to block here as well. Let's bring back... I think we do want to bring back the Paraffin Thug. Granting you range seems pretty good. Blocking a hit here seems pretty good. You mean rage in the back kills? You mean here on this floor? Yeah, but I want to block the hit. I want to reduce the damage on the Rector Flicker more than I want to do anything else. Because he's going to be my carry. I really, 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 really need an Queen's Imp now. Fan-freaking-tastic. Yeah, so you have to go here. Then you're killing him. If 66 burnout is probably enough. We can Fatal Melting here. Let's play one Rage Imp here at the back, I think. Play one Rage Imp here at the front. Resin removal. And do they have enough damage? 79, 64. Is he gonna die? He's pretty dang close. Guess we're hoping for a horn break. That was pretty good. A Rage Imp here. You're already at the threshold we can get you to. Let's Wicklash, double Wicklash here. Not dead yet. Fatal Melting is absolutely amazing here. Absolutely incredible. Cannot be more thrilled that we got that. Oh my gosh. Stressful. Let's kill you for coins. My goodness. My goodness. Alright. Engulfed in Smoke is certainly interesting. We could go spells. Reduce the cost. Get holdover on Engulfed in Smoke. That might be enough. Which side is going to get Pyro Remains? It's going to be this side, so we're going to go this side. We have to get Pyro Remains or we're just dead. Let's take the Engulfed in Smoke. And skip. I don't want important work. We don't need the Ember, and we're going to have units. We're going to have our imps die regularly. I'm not too concerned there. Double stack. We could go for it, but we'd have to be able to play it. I think I'd rather just double stack stealth. Here, like that. Plus 10 onto Hornbreak. And yeah, I agree with that. I think just getting double... what do we want? I think I want this to be slightly cheaper. So we can play it and something else. I kind of want to just have a Hornbreak remove itself. I'm going to purge some cards, likely as well. When a unit dies, it gains plus 10. Okay, we absolutely want this. I think we also want this. We don't... I don't think we need Resin Block. Let's see what else we have. This is much better. And this, and then let's remove... I want to remove spells I don't need the second Wicklash. One holdover Wicklash is enough. And I also want to get rid of one molded. I just want to reduce the amount of cards I'm keeping in my hand. You know what? Maybe we eliminate one of the imps. Do we need both of them? Maybe we get rid of one of the imps. So we have smooth. Oh, we can remove one more card. If we're removing one more card, let's remove a drag. Okay, I just wanted to get my draws to be a lot cleaner. So that we can get through our deck to the cards that we need, especially getting stealth as early as possible is going to be really important. Okay. We kind of thought that was coming. We're going to play middle floor, top floor. Blast those fools. Let's start with the stealth already. I'm also okay putting this guy in the back. He'll do cleanup crew for now. And we won't play this drag yet. And he'll actually scale pretty well because of the rage that they're getting every turn. That was a really solid draw there. Let's put you out. We can Fatal Melting here. And you're okay to die. It gives us something to reform later. Sap does not matter too much. We can even resin removal now. I think we want to kill one of you. Yeah, kill one of you. Let's double blast you, because even if we're dying, it's still a net positive for us. We can resin removal up here or here. It doesn't really matter where. I don't want to put the drag out. I'm okay with these guys because they actually did damage to him, so it was a net minus 10 in the end. But the rest I don't want to do. Part of me is like, if we're going to be able to stealth again, this is our last turn of stealth, so we can't guarantee we can stealth the rest of the time. Maybe it is better to just put Whiplash onto the Rector Flicker. But you know what? Let's spread it around. Let's start with you. Give you the damage first. Let's bring back our Impling. Just try to get as much damage as possible on these floors. Last Stand now does not change anything yet. Let's hold off and play it later. We can get you here just to be able to draw you and put you at the top floor after. That's really what we want. Or another Impling. Impling would also be fine. Yeah, Quinn's Impling kills 2 of them off and then blocks the 3rd hit. That's probably better. Yeah, they're scaling their rage just fine on their own. We're going to get a ton of extra here as well. Let's, we need to play you out. Then we can get, I think it's One Horn's Tome. I kind of like One Horn's Tome on this guy, or maybe we already... No, Rector Flicker we can't do it because we need him to tank. I kind of like it on him. He's going to continue to scale throughout the rest of the fight, and that's then a target for Whiplash. We just have a drag that is really powerful. You are probably going to die at some point. Maybe even next turn, which was not honestly be that terrible. A Fatal Melting does keep them alive. And oh, we can stealth. Do we want to stealth right now is a good question. I think so. I think it's worth stealthing. Let's get the Rage Imp up here. Let me think. Fatal Melting here and stealth here. Let's at least give you guys rage. That's gonna happen. Now the front unit's dying, but the back unit is not. We need to bring back a burnout imp. Gives us 3 ember to play around with. I think we can stealth here. Still gonna have the issue that you're not gonna do enough damage to him to kill him. But I think a Fatal Melting up here makes more sense. The imp still dies. We gain a lot more stats. We can give this to you. That's certainly better. That gets us really, really close to killing this guy. This also... No, it actually doesn't do a whole lot. Let's do it here. And then let's stealth here as well. So what do we need on that top floor? We just need some way of... You're killing him, you're killing him. Even bringing back... We're going to take 15 damage. I think that's the only thing that's going to happen. So let's put you here. Generate rage on them at least and block a hit. Those first 2 die, we take 15 damage. We can now... We should be able to get enough damage by doubling the rage that we're able to kill... Oh, so close. But these guys can kill these 2. That's not a problem. Let's double it now. Oh, it's so... Do we greed? It might make sense to greed here. Wait 1 more turn. They're all going to get extra rage. Oh, this is tough. We are going to bring back something. Probably this imp again. Just to prevent a little bit of damage. Keep 1 guy living. She'll be able to kill him. I don't know. I don't know if this makes sense to do now. We can afford it. Let's do it. Get it done. And I think Seraph's gonna die. We should be able to get 1 more stealth in there before the end. Yeah, we can get it right now, which is perfect. Give you more Wicklash. Give you guys more rage. Because it certainly isn't going to make a difference on the bottom floor. Bring back another Queen's Impling. Try to get as much damage as possible on this guy. And then we stealth again. And I think that should be enough damage. This is 148. That's 300 or 400 damage. 400 damage plus another 350. That's 750 damage for 5 turns. So that's got to be enough. Plus Rector Flicker is almost at full health. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's right. And they're going to keep getting burnout during Relentless. That's exactly right. Yeah. We can even do Fatal Melting just to make it more official. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That was a lot tougher than I was thinking it was going to be. That 7th floor, or that 7th ring, really was a brutal fight. Okay, 1 down. And we lost 1 imp. We still have several others that we can try to take advantage of. But certainly, it's going to be tough. We didn't use any imp spells either, so that could go well with Dark Calling. But Dark Calling is certainly still going to be really, really, really tough to do. So let's check out our deck really quick. Yep. So Fledgling Imp, Lady of the Reformed. So we had Lady of the Reformed plus Rector Flicker as our main floor. This 1 Dreg somehow became the Dreg to rule them all. Then we had a Paraffin Thug plus Steelworker floor. We used Horn Breaks to try to pick off backliners. We used Wicklash to try to scale up damage initially on Rector Flicker, but then in the last floor on that Dreg that had Multi-Strike. Engulfed in Smoke came in clutch to keep that floor alive long enough to kill Seraph. A Fatal Melting was more useful towards the end as well. Not particularly useful early games. And then Last End was just a way to scale the damage at the end. Fade's First Blade was a fantastic pickup. Honestly, some of the best pickups were getting Collection of Tales quite early, being able to get the extra summon triggers, and the Resonant Shard was really good. Hell's Banners to be able to play more expensive cards. So really good setup here. I don't think any of this was super critical for the other builds. The one I'm most nervous about is the fact that we don't have Fledgling Imp.